Why are they doing this again? Seriously, like, okay, look, we have focused a lot on the more recent failures of the MCU, I think it's fair to say. We've talked about She-Hulk, the box office failures of the Marvels and Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, and we've spoken about how lackluster Shang-Chi and the Rings of Power was.
Dave.
Sorry, I can never remember that film's name. Is it Shang-Chi and the Seven Rings? I can't remember. So we've spoken about the mediocrity of the Eternals, and of course the woke cringe of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and also how poor Black Widow was. But we often overlook Black Panther Wakanda Forever, probably because it was a box office success, very much so. Although it made a good deal less than the first one. I think it likely capitalized off the success of Black Panther from 2018. According to Box Office Mojo, Black Panther Wakanda Forever made $859.2 million dollars, compared to the first film's $1.3 billion. Dollars. That's a big drop off for sure. Now, Chadwick Boseman tragically died in 2020. They chose not to recast his role, which I think was a mistake. They also could have written the character out if they wanted to and have him die heroically, which would have been pretty easy when you think about it. I mean, he is a character who is mostly wearing a superhero costume with a mask that covers his face. So they could just have an actor in the Black Panther suit or a CGI version of the character and have him die saving Wakanda. But instead, T'Challa was killed off screen by a bloody flu. A young superhero dies in the peak of his health from a sniffle? I mean, how utterly undignified. The Black Panther mantle was then handed to Shuri, his sister, who became the female Black Panther, because, MCU, of course. The film also gave us Riri Williams, the most unconvincing tech genius, a university student who somehow builds a suit comparable to Tony Stark's Iron Man suit. I mean, none of it was believable, but moreover, I don't think I can ever remember being so utterly bored during an MCU movie. And that's saying something. The film was a slog, and I'd honestly recommend it as a cure for insomnia. It's a snooze fest of a film, and it's 2 hours and 40 minutes long. It could have comfortably been edited down to just under 2 hours, and that would have increased the pacing, probably made the film more watchable at least. But anyway, it turns out they want to make a third one. A third Black Panther movie. I think the moment has passed, to be honest. Just when I thought the MCU was headed for stronger things, here we are. A third Black Panther movie. I think this is another mistake. This article is from Screen Rant. Black Panther 3 officially confirmed by Marvel Studios exec after Denzel Washington revealed a role was being written for him. It says, Marvel Studios officially announces Black Panther 3 just a few days after Denzel Washington spoiled his MCU role in the Black Panther threequel. Black Panther Wakanda Forever faced a huge challenge with T'Challa's final farewell, but its overwhelmingly positive reviews and strong box office proved Ryan Coogler and his team exceeded expectations. With the MCU's tribute to Chadwick Boseman completed, the Black Panther franchise's next big question is which direction Black Panther 3 can take. As confirmed by Deadline, longtime Marvel Studios executive Nate Moore will part ways with Marvel after Captain America Brave New World's release in 2025. Marvel Studios' leading producers Kevin Feige and Louis D. Esposito praised Nate Moore's work, revealing that Moore will still work with Marvel in a different capacity on Black Panther 3 along the way. Later in the article it says this, Marvel Studios' confirmation of the Black Panther sequel comes shortly after Denzel Washington accidentally revealed he will appear in Black Panther 3. So while it may seem that Black Panther 3 just began development, the fact that Denzel Washington has already teased his role in Black Panther 3 suggests that Marvel Studios has been working on the movie for a while now. If true, then Black Panther 3 must already have a well-defined script, a tentative release date, and a star power-filled cast behind the scenes, which implies Ryan Coogler's sequel could release sooner than we realize. No doubt Denzel Washington's involvement would be a major selling point for the film, and perhaps even justification alone for making it. The second film lacked any serious star power, which it desperately needed, I think. Ultimately, I always felt like films such as Black Panther, Eternals, Shang-Chi, of course, Wakanda Forever, I felt these were very much fixture fulfillment movies, like studio schedule requirements, you know? Besides the most hardcore of Marvel comic book fans, I don't think there was a lot of people who had a real appetite for these kinds of films. And they benefited, of course, from the brand recognition of the MCU itself. I mean, sure, the first Black Panther movie did make over $1 billion, $1.3 billion. Very successful. One of the most successful MCU films at the box office. But you also have to consider Captain Marvel did very well also. Both of those movies were released at the height of the MCU in Phase 3. Captain Marvel also made over $1 billion. So, Phase 3 was the MCU's biggest phase. Marvel could do no wrong at that point. There was so much goodwill towards the franchise. But I think if Black Panther or Captain Marvel had have been released today, I don't think they would have achieved those kinds of numbers. And the same goes for the sequel, Wakanda Forever. And if you look at where the MCU has gone over the last few years, in particular, its creative and financial decline at the box office, what are the kinds of movies now from the MCU that make over $1 billion? Well, the likes of Deadpool and Wolverine and the recent Spider-Man movies. But I can't see a third Black Panther movie bringing in over $1 billion, though I could be wrong, of course. But anyway, guys, I'd love your thoughts on this. Are you genuinely interested in a third Black Panther movie, or do you think that story arc has been told? Perhaps it's time to move forward with the next phase of the MCU. Now, before I wrap up, final reminder to grab your copy of my new novel Deus V Machina, a mystery sci-fi novel available on Amazon in ebook and paperback formats. You can get the ebook and audiobook versions in time for Christmas. The paperbacks will obviously ship after Christmas at this point. You'll also find it on a host of other platforms from the links below. Take care, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.